So, lads, I am currently in my car, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about the news we have just heard about Angel Reese in Unrivaled. So, Angel Reese. We made an assumption that Angel Reese was going to be the Unrivaled player. I think everyone worked off that assumption. Copper was talking about it. Everyone was talking about Angel Reese potentially going back to Unrivaled this year, and it turns out that was factually correct. Angel Reese is back in Unrivaled. And with that being said, that's big for Unrivaled because this year has been a disaster. Like, I actually think Angel's first game is going to have more viewers than the first game of Unrivaled, which is scary. We have seen the ratings drop outside the top 100 this year, whereas last year we never saw that. We're now in a situation where we are looking at Unrivaled, the viewership numbers and everything, and something needs to pick up. And if you're not going to get Caitlin Clark, which you're not, Angel Reese is the next best player to get, because it has been very, very clear. It's been very clear that the second biggest draw in the WNBA is Angel Reese. Very clear. I think everybody should be coming to that conclusion if you are in any way following this league. The second biggest draw is Angel Reese. Obviously, it's Caitlin, then a big gap. But people aren't going out in droves to watch Paige, if you get me. Like, UConn fans would rather watch AZ and Sarah Strong at UConn than follow Paige to the W. Whereas Iowa fans still watch Iowa, but they will follow Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark fans will follow Caitlin Clark. Like, it is what it is in that scenario. And it was a bit similar when it came to an Angel Reese. Like, the Reese fans stayed. The Reese fans are Reese fans. They stayed for Angel Reese. And I think that's one of those big things when it comes to U.S. college basketball, that people always, when they talk about, they're never able to keep the viewership the same from college to the W. And I'm like, well, yeah, because these people are fans of the colleges and not the players. Like, when Maya Moore, or when Tina Charles leaves UConn, Maya Moore's still there. When Maya Moore leaves UConn, they get Stewie the next year. So these UConn fans are still UConn fans for the whole year, and they kind of take the summers off because their favorite players from UConn are on every different WNBA team, so they become fans of the W in general. And if you are, I mean this when I say this, like, if you are just a fan of a league in general, you're not going to sit there and watch the teams. Like, for example, it's a similar phenomenon to, like, the European NBA fan. The European NBA fan, the non-American NBA fan, where you literally where most people I know, they're like, oh yeah, they're NBA fans, and they're a fan of a team, but they're kind of a fan of a team. And they'll end up watching, say, 30, 40 games a year, but they'll be like, they might watch 3 in one day and then not watch a game for 10 days, where it's like, if you are a hardcore fan of a team, you'll watch every game that team plays, like, without fail. Like, as someone who's a fan of Leeds United, like, yesterday, because I had to coach a game, was the first Leeds game I've missed in months. It was the first Leeds game I have missed in months. But that being said, it's one of those things where Angel Reese fans were Angel Reese fans. They were Angel Reese fans, and they stayed as Angel Reese fans, which is big. And even though, yes, that group of fans is a smaller group of fans with Caitlin Clark, everybody knows that, it's still big. As well as that, Angel Reese is at least going to try get the Rose to win. The Rose have been real shit. They have been real shit. I'm not going to lie. They've been really, really shit. And that being said, when it comes down to it, the Rose have been bad, and getting Angel helps them. Because Angel Reese was real good in Unrivaled last year. She was real good. And as well as that, if you're Angel, go get the money. Like, my guess is that Angel Reese is probably making close to 7 figures to play 4 games. That is my guess. My guess is that Angel Reese, outside of people, salary-wise, my guess is that Angel Reese is probably the highest paid player in Unrivaled over the course of the year. Because we knew Sabrina was the highest paid last year, and Sabrina had like a WWE part-timer schedule. And Sabrina was the highest paid player last year. My guess is that Angel Reese is in fact going to be, is in fact the highest paid player in Unrivaled. That would be my assumption. I don't know exactly how much do I think she's higher paid than anyone else. I don't know what she's being paid. That would be my guess. I might be wrong with this. I might be completely wrong with this take. But my guess is that she's the highest paid player in Unrivaled. Because Unrivaled, like, let's be real. Unrivaled, if you're not going to get Caitlin Clark, any of these leagues, if you're not going to get Caitlin Clark, you need Angel Reese. Or, as crazy as this sounds, you need Sophie Cunningham. I know this is crazy, but like by every metric, Caitlin, Angel, and Sophie Cunningham are the three most popular players in the WNBA. In terms of who is known by the general public, Breanna, Aja. I mean this when I say this. Sophie Cunningham is more known by the general public than Paige Bueckers. That is the non-WNBA fan general public. That is a fact. By every metric, by the way, Sophie Cunningham was more relevant than Caitlin Clark last season. By every metric, in terms of viewership, in terms of, not in terms of people watching games, in terms of like online hype, everything, Sophie Cunningham was more searched than Caitlin Clark last year. She was more searched than Caitlin Clark in, sorry, did a block everything. I'm in a car park right now. But she was more searched than Caitlin Clark. It's one of those things where you have now got a situation where Sophie Cunningham matters to the success of a league more than, for example, I'm not going to say Aaliyah because Aaliyah's people watch Aaliyah, than Brittany Sykes. Sykes was an all-star. Sophie Cunningham is more relevant than Brittany Sykes. Sophie Cunningham is more relevant than the vast majority of W players. That being said, when it comes down to it, Unrivaled needs star power because the actual game is like practice drills. Like, I saw a bunch of clips and it was like, looking at Kayla Thornton, the amount of, like, they're like, oh yeah, if she's able to replicate this in the WNBA, and it's like, she's just driving one-on-one. She's going downhill and there's no help defense. Like, duh, you're not going to be able to replicate that. Duh. Like, a pick and roll, all you have to do is run pick and rolls, and it's an open layup every single time or an open mid-range shot. Like, the Malonga Paige pick and roll is either a wide open midi for Paige, a wide open three for Paige, or a wide open layup for one of the two of them. You can't stop it because if you send extra help, shooter's open. But yeah, look, it is what it is here. We're talking about this league being the way it is for a reason. And I do think Angel Reese is... Look, I think she's making her money. I think Reebok are probably happy with her showing up wearing her shoes. She was probably going to go do almost an American tour, but spend 3 weeks in Miami is fine. She gets to go play a bit in the off-season. It's not going to help. Like, 4 games Unrivaled is not going to help her for the W season. I think she got paid really well. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.